So there's this guy I went to school with, right? And standing on the bus stop, getting ready to go to work, and I'm drinking my coffee. He pulls up. He said, "Hey, what's up, bro? You need a ride?" And in the words of John Witherspoon, I said no. The reason why I said no is I wasn't judging the brother, but this brother doesn't have a regenerated mind. I'm not judging the brother, but he was still riding the way he was in high school. Guns, pistols, all that. And the reason why I'm not mentioning his name is for respect purposes and not putting the brother out there. The reason why I didn't get in the car with him was because, number one, this brother still rides around with dope and guns. He had two other brothers in the car. They had masks on. I said, what the hell do I look like getting in the... This is what I said to myself. I said, what the hell do I look like getting in the car with this fool and these other two fools going to work? What if we get pulled over? What if there's a pistol under my seat? What if there's some dope under my seat? What if there's some weed under my seat? Etc. So I said, nah, bro, I'm cool. I'll wait. Oh, bro, I ain't doing nothing, man. I'll take you. Yeah, you doing something. You're going to have to go up the street because I'm not riding with you. So he goes, man, you still on that same stuff, man. You think you better than everybody. All right, I'll see you around. I'll holler at you. I didn't say nothing to him out of wisdom because the brother could have pulled a pistol on me. He could have been feeling himself and smelling himself, and he could have shot me. He could have did something stupid. All because people do not like that other people change the way they live their lives, change the way they see things. See, when God gives you a regenerated mind, a regenerated heart, and a regenerated spirit, you start to see things for what they are. You gain a massive amount of discernment. The reason why I didn't ride with the brother is simply because I saw the trouble that could have possibly happened. Now, am I saying that's what he had in the car? I don't know, but I know how he rides from experience. And like I said, you're still the same person. You know, you smell weed in the car. You know what I'm saying? Didn't know if he had a pistol, but I knew for a fact that I'm not getting in that car, messing up my Montal Honey Oud cologne with that stanky stuff. And I'm not getting in the car with two other brothers with masks on, sitting in the back, inconspicuous and quiet. Made me feel a little nervous. So in the words of John Witherspoon, I said, no, I didn't do that. But I'm saying that to say this. Just because you know people, just because people know your name, and just because you have a history with people, don't mean that you have to ride with them. It don't mean you have to walk with them, and it doesn't mean you have to talk with them. Now, I was going to share the word with them and tell them how good God was, but you could tell from discernment that this brother wasn't trying to hear that. So my advice to everybody is do not deal with people because they are familiar. You got to remember the Bible says familiar spirits are demons. Okay, just because you're familiar with somebody doesn't mean that you have to stay familiar with them. You have to separate yourself. You have to be peculiar. You have to be different. You have to be set apart. You have to be outside of the box. Did I want to share, did I want to ride? Yeah, possibly. But at the same time, I had to think about it. I'd rather ride the bus smelling pee, doo-doo, and cigarettes rather than ride in the car with my freedom on the line, with my life on the line. I don't know what this brother was involved in. I don't know if he just shot somebody 5 minutes ago. I don't know if him and his partners just robbed a 7-Eleven 10 minutes ago. I don't know what he's been on. But one thing I can tell you is that God has given me the power and given you the power to take control of a situation to make a righteous judgment. And that righteous judgment was to, tell the brother, nah, I'm cool. Go on about your business. You can play tough and you can act like that if you want to. But the thing is, wisdom learns how to speak and when to speak and when not to speak. And I politely said no, and I left it alone. A lot of words don't need to be used in a situation where God has given you the discernment to let you know. Don't get in their car. Don't ride with them brothers, because they could ride down the street with you and pop you in the back of your head. They could take you somewhere and you get pulled over and there's a gun under your seat or whatever's under the seat, and they could blame you for it. They could deny and say it's not theirs. So wisdom of today, be wise and don't be a fool. Facts over feelings. Sorry, not sorry.